What's going on, everyone? Welcome to our Pro Guides Weekly News Recap. My name is Kangas, and today I'm here to keep you up to date on what's going on surrounding League of Legends. We're getting close to the halfway point of preseason, and balance is still a hot topic among the community. There are also some big things that happen both inside and outside of the League world, including Doublelift's retirement, some amazing looking skins, and a brand new champion. Before we get started though, our question of the day is, what's been the best part of preseason for you? Personally, I'm having a ton of fun following all the roster changes in LCS. From the main rosters, even to the academy rosters, we got a lot of new faces, so I can't wait to see until everything settles down and we get to know what pros are playing in the new meta. First, let's talk about the biggest changes happening outside of the game. Fans all over the world were shocked at the announcement of Doublelift's retirement. After TSM's not so great performance at Worlds, everyone started talking about next year's roster and what kind of changes they'd make. One thing was for sure, there's no way they'll kick Bjergsen or Doublelift, right? The first major blindside was obviously Bjergsen's retirement, a totally unexpected turn of events. Fortunately, he wasn't fully done with the game entirely and planned on working with TSM's coaching staff. Since then, the roster's potential lineup has been all over the place. Doublelift's retirement is a bit more painful though. We aren't exactly sure where he plans to go since his Twitlonger didn't mention anything about coaching or streaming. I think this is an important time for Doublelift to realize what he wants to do with his own career. We probably won't get an answer very soon, and that's okay. As a player and competitor, Doublelift really showed what dedication and talent can turn you into. Kian Lam wrote an article on LoL Esports that does an amazing job of highlighting Doublelift's growth, so make sure to check it out if you're interested. We talked about LS and T1 in our last weekly recap, and this time we're reaching a conclusion to the previous controversy. LS released a video explaining everything that happened and what his future plans are. The video itself is pretty long, but we'll do our best to highlight the main points. A big shout out to Reddit user I Am Older Than Me for summarizing the video. LS apologized for and clarified what happened with players Untara and Malice, two major factors in the T1's fanbase irritation with LS. He also went into detail about how much he loves Korea and the community. The bottom line is that LS doesn't believe the entire T1 community is terrible and that the minority, no matter how vocal, shouldn't represent the majority. Regarding his future with T1, the company has actually been helping a lot behind the scenes. The rumors about T1 not supporting LS just aren't true. This happens a lot when professional businesses and people can't speak publicly about things, so I'm glad we at least got this clarification. According to LS, he was given the opportunity to be a T1 content creator before being offered the role of coach. With all things considered, LS decided himself that content creation is what he would rather do. There was no pressure from T1. Even if LS was influenced by the T1 community reaction, we won't ever know for sure. I think it's best that we give him our support instead of trying to dig too far into his decision making. Well, that's everything major that's happened in the League community, so let's start talking about the game itself. There are two beautiful skin lines that are out on the PBE, Elderwood and a new one, Battle Queen. The Elderwood skin line already has some awesome skins like Elderwood Hecarim and Ahri and my personal favorite Bard, and it's no surprise that we got more of these nature-themed skins. The newest skins are for Azir, Ornn, Ivern, Xayah, and Rakan. Fans are really excited about the first three since we haven't gotten a skin for these champions in a while. Ornn's skin is the second one released after his initial skin, first being teased during the 10th anniversary event. Riot announced that the money made from buying the skin will go to their social impact fund. Who wouldn't want to buy this gorgeous Ornn skin and give to charity at the same time? Come on. The Battle Queen skin line is also brand new with a skin for Diana, Janna, Katarina, and Qiyana. We're also getting a prestige version of Diana's skin, so start saving up those prestige tokens. Katarina's skin is legendary with special voice lines, particle effects, and more. You can unlock the daggers every time you get 3 takedowns, switching through them at any time. Some players are a bit upset when comparing Katarina's legendary skin with Seraphine's ultimate skin. Katarina's ability to change weapons meets a really high standard, even for legendary skins. But on the other hand, Seraphine can only switch her skin before the game. It feels like you just bought 3 separate skins for Seraphine rather than a more interactive and dynamic ultimate skin. And the complaints don't stop there. Riot initially said that they were going to release a Nautilus skin in 2020, but they apologized and said that he's up for a skin next year. It would have been really cool to see him in the Elderwood theme, so I'm a bit bummed myself. Hopefully whatever skin he gets lives up to the hype. Okay, so now let's talk about champion news. The newest champion coming to League of Legends is Rell, the Iron Maiden. She's an ultra tanky support with a bunch of CC, like a combo of Braum and Leona. Her kit has stuns and knockups, but the coolest part is that she steals armor and magic resist from enemies that she auto-attacks. I'm really excited to see this rebellious Noxian teenager go wild in this Sunfire tank meta. For more information about Rell, check out our video covering her reveal. Along with the reveal of Rell, there's a few more champions that are being changed. Amumu received another hotfix after 10.24, nerfing his overall damage. Tanks are still doing pretty well in the meta, but Amumu is constantly sitting at the top due to his reliable CC and constant damage, so the damage hit might be felt. We have two major champion changes that are planned to release in patch 10.25, Anivia and Pantheon. Anivia is getting every single ability buffed, from her mana problems to her damage. Riot said that they're trying to help out the tier-heavy AP champions like Anivia, Kassadin, and Cassiopeia. If they plan to buff other champions like they are Anivia, we might be in for some big surprises until the start of Season 11. Check out our video about Anivia's changes to see the details. The other champion to receive some big changes is Pantheon, my favorite support. Ever since his rework, Riot said that they wouldn't be happy if Pantheon ended up in the support role. The end of Season 10 had Pantheon being one of the strongest supports in the meta, so we knew changes were coming. They've removed some major supportive elements like the slow on his ranged Q and the ability to block turret shots with his E. That one's big. If you want to see the numbers behind the changes, take a look at our video. Now that we've talked about the major confirmed changes that Riot is making, the community's opinion is that the meta is still pretty much the same. Tanks are broken, bot lane doesn't do anything. I want to take some time to talk about potential solutions to helping bot lane, since AD carries are generally the best at taking out tanks as the game goes on. We're going to talk about two major issues that have been popping up around Reddit constantly: itemization and shared experience. There's not many people who think that AD carry items are in a good spot right now. The best performing champions are the ones that don't even build an AD carry mythic like Jhin. Swain is also doing really well, and obviously he's not a marksman. If you look at every item designed for an AD carry in a vacuum, with no other champions to worry about, the rework of Crit had a clear goal to create a powerful late game fantasy with options. Options is the key word here, and honestly, there are a lot of cool items like Navori Quickblades and Gale Force that introduce new ways for AD carries to play. The major issue with the Crit rebalance is that it places too much value on the additional passives and actives. There's no reason to triple nerf Crit, even if you're adding additional value to items. The best thing that Riot can do is not over nerf every class's core items until they're as bad as AD carry items. Instead, bring back some of the earlier strengths. There's no doubt that 6-item AD carries are stronger now than they were in Season 10. The issue is the games will never allow for that to happen. Support itemization is also much better, with a few issues here and there. The major issue for supports is that their only way to earn gold is through their support item. This wasn't an issue in Season 10 because almost every item was cheaper, and support items had extremely powerful components that you didn't really mind sitting on. Now your gold income is good until you complete your support quest. After that, everything is just a bit too expensive. Basing feels bad, and most of the time you'll leave with just a pink ward unless you're getting a bunch of assists. I think that the easiest way to fix this is to slightly lower the current gold income from support items, but make it last all game. This used to be the case, and I honestly don't know why it was removed. It made support more interactive, giving you a way to keep up your income. Now that we've talked about itemization, shared experience is another major factor in bot lane's weakness. I don't think this is an easy fix, especially since these changes have been around for multiple patches and a lot of the game's balance revolves around them. AD carry is an extremely powerful role, with the meta revolving entirely around them when they're strong. When you take away the overall experience shared and effectively combine the AD carry and support role into one superpowered unit, the game gets worse for both of those players. Supports can roam and get advantages elsewhere, playing off of other members of their team, but AD carry, they need their supports. Otherwise, they're forced to play utility champions like Jhin or Ashe. Whatever changes happen, I hope that Riot isn't afraid to make major changes during the preseason. This is the time to mess with the meta without affecting the longevity of the game. The final bit of news we have is for all of you ranked players out there. Riot has implemented a change to LP loss when there's an AFK in your games. If there is an AFK on your team, you'll be able to surrender at 10 minutes if the vote is unanimous, meaning all 4 players must say yes. At 15 minutes, you can surrender with a majority vote, so 3 votes will end the game. If the person AFK is your duo, you won't have the reduced LP penalty. This is probably to duos taking turns AFKing when the games are looking lost. Unfortunately, a loss will still be a loss in your series, even if you had an AFK. This LP change should help you on your grind, and hopefully it'll be fine-tuned to work correctly by the time Season 11 begins. And that'll wrap up our weekly recap. Hope you enjoyed catching up on all the things happening right now. If you're interested in anything regarding the League of Legends meta, champion releases, powerful builds, and more, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more content. Thanks so much for watching, and good luck on the Rift.